Now we also have some very high-end fakes that come in, and sometimes it's not clear. We had a PAM 29 GMT that was very, very convincing, ultimately caught, I think because you flagged it and then took it to our watchmaking department, and we found that the way the hand stepped on the GMT, it stepped in 1 hour increments like a 2824 based GMT, not like the 2893, 2892 based GMT, which steps in half-hour increments.
Correct.
So talk a little bit. That was a great fake.
Well, yeah, that was a really good fake. The look and feel was nice, but a lot of times what it comes down to is it's hard enough for these Swiss watchmakers to make watches that work in the first place, because these things are so complicated to make. Even something as simple as just a Dayton GMT model Panerai. So I think I actually was looking at the watch before obviously we purchased it. It gotten through one layer of protection that we put it through. Then I went ahead and took a look at it, and it seemed like it wasn't running correctly. So I went and tried to set it, didn't set correctly, so I brought it to the watchmaker. He then at that point opened the case back, looked at the movement, identified it as a fake almost immediately at that point. Yeah. But again, from the look and the feel on the wrist, you see a guy walking into the restaurant where you're eating, wearing that watch, that's a PAM 29, no doubt about it.
And this was a solid case-back watch. And here's the really impressive thing. They had drilled out the spacer ring inside the case to make sure that if the watch were weighed, it would weigh as much as the real thing.
Exactly.
It was a very good fake.
Yeah, they did a great job. And again, we have different layers of security when it comes to determining if we have a fake or even a stolen watch in that conversation. But it got through the first layer. But again, we have roughly 10 layers, so
best of the
you're not
best,
getting it past us.
And we caught it. So best of the best fakes, and we caught it. And here's the other thing. If we ever sold you a watch and you found out that it was fake, either because you looked at it and you're just that expert in the watch, or you took it to the original brand for service and they said it's fake, we have a 100% guarantee that if we ever sell a fake watch, we buy it back at, again, we will buy it back, shipping, insurance, original retail price that you paid, anything. We will completely reimburse you and make you whole.
Yeah, it's a lifetime guarantee.
Yeah, if you found out 5 years later, we're going to buy it back from you.
Exactly.
We'll fix it. So now questions. Here's an interesting one. I'm going to field this one. This is from Bryce again. What do I think about the Vacheron Constantin Perpetual calendar chronograph that just came out? Interesting watch, because at 43 millimeters, it's definitely a little bit beyond the pale for Vacheron. A bold watch for that reason. This is a watch that pushes the limits of their traditional size with a lot of platinum. So it's big, it's heavy, it's definitely a shot across Patek Philippe's bow, because the corresponding 5270 in white gold costs something like $14,000 more, and the Vacheron is platinum. So I would say, realistically, I love it. I think it's a great value compared to what Patek is selling right now. As long as you're okay with 43 millimeters, great watch.
I am.
$150,000. If you got that kind of coin, believe me, you won't be disappointed.
No. And I like Vacheron as a value play as well. I mean, they are of course always trying to play catch up to Patek, so they have to offer a little bit more value in what they sell. So it's always good to go with a brand like that.